5, and it is time for the 5th and final game. That's right, one more game to decide what or who, well, because they could be machines. I just haven't quite figured it out yet. We'll move on to the round of 8 and face Boxer. This has just been an incredible series from back to forth. And, before we introduce the players today, I just want to say, mouz.Morrow, the games where he's won, it's just been like, wow, look at him play and play and play. But on the flip side, that HasuObs have won, he makes Morrow look a little weak. And when when Morrow wins, he makes his opponent HasuObs look a little weak. So it's just amazing to watch these two guys go at it here. 5th and final game. mouz.HasuObs are red Protoss in the northeast position and blue Zerg mouz.Morrow in the southeast position.
Oh man, this is a perfect final map because not only is it big, allows for those long-term games, there's also some cool tactics that you can do.
Special tactics?
There are special tactics that you can execute. In particular, doing Baneling Bus, very effective on this map. A little dangerous in these positions though. And there's the Forge going down. Looks like HasuObs is going to do the early expandingness. And while it looks like both players are executing pretty much the exact same builds we've always seen them execute, who are you?
Yeah.
I understand that you maybe do a show or something like that.
Well, I am DJ Wheat, and I'm happy to say that the shows are going to be coming back in May. I'm so exciting as the meetings have begun and all this stuff is finally coming together. Woo! You take a break like that, and I'll tell you what, you all you want to do is broadcast. So those will be coming back live on 3, Weapon of Choice, Kings of 10, and maybe a few more surprises coming your way. Of course, check out djwheat.tv. We're going to have some good stuff coming up, and follow on Twitter at djwheat. And I heard, this is the first time we've ever met, Day 9, but I heard you also do a little show that maybe should tell me about.
Goodness. Oh, of course, the Day 9 Daily, where we learn to be a better gamer. It's all about analysis, education, and improvement, taking what the pros do, breaking it down, so you can do it too. Day9.tv for that, or day9tv.blip.tv for the archives. Just type in Day9TV in Twitter and YouTube and etc. You can track it down. And it looks like
stalk him.
Yeah, that's right. If you want to stalk me and look at my photos on Facebook, there's even a facebook.com/day9tv, and you should like that, because the bigger those numbers are, the more important of a person I feel before I go to bed at night.
Oh, and don't forget to give Team Liquid Net on Twitter and YouTube some love as well, because you all know and love this site. Zerglings are out. We've got speed on the way. Hatchery going to go down for Morrow. Yes, it is. And how that cannon went down before the gateway, I know you're not happy with that, but HasuObs has shown that he can go ahead and make that work for him in the past games.
Bastard. Either way, I want to take a look back to Morrow's base. Note that he is mining gas again quite early. This is a lot earlier than we've seen him do it in the other games. In fact, his first queen is only at around 35%. I'm going to keep a hawk's eye on that main, see if any structures end up going down soon, whether he's going for just a really fast layer, but that wouldn't make sense as to why he's getting that much gas that early. If I had to say, it would be some sort of early Roach or Baneling Bus week.
Yeah, and we will keep a hawk's eye on there. We do have a probe coming on in. He will eventually get taken out here by these lings. And just as speed finishes, couldn't have been better timing for him. He denies any vision there. We got a creep tumor going down as these two queens trying to make it over to their base. And there it is. Lair is going down. Now, he knows that his opponent, forged first. He knows that that's there. We saw him utilize it in another game. Is it possible that maybe we're going to see some quick drop action coming out here by Morrow?
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean, it makes perfect sense. I need a rush to get roaches out if I think there's some sort of 4-gate going on. But if there's not, I can just immediately go for layer. Again, if you are going for some sort of long-term style play that we've seen, Morrow do, that very defensive play, that very reactive play, you got to have very strong, sharp reactions. You can't just maybe delay the Roach Warren a little bit or maybe get it a little bit earlier. You have to have huge deviations in your paths if you are sacrificing that much economy early on. So I love this play by Morrow. And it looks like the drone did get picked up. Did it see it? Did it see it? It may have. It's close.
He might have clicked on it.
Very curious to see.
Yeah, he might be aware of it. And I think we look at how the response is. Did I just see him put down a Hydroden and then cancel it? and decided to drone up instead. So he's going to put down, take 2 more gases here. It is natural. Stargate is now done. Instead of a Void Ray coming out, we got a Phoenix. And Ventral Sax is being researched right now. It will take a while to kick in, but the question is what is he going to drop? I'm not sure that Zerg Air is going to do a lot of damage. Just some like Zerg Germs. I think he needs some Lings, some Hydras, something. So what is he going to put in those OVs?
I'm getting curious myself. Maybe he's just going to drop a drone and expand in his base. Huh? No.
Hydroden.
All right. Oh, Hydroden coming down. And we see that there are those 2 gas geysers getting gotten by mouz.Morrow. Looks like he has taken a page out of Moon's book. He's going to drone up ridiculously much while getting that drop and Overlord speed. And then he's going to get a whole bunch of Hydros and begin putting the pressure on. And oh my gosh, look at this. We see in in HasuObs' base, he is getting just 2 gateways and going straight for the robotics facility. If a drop does come up, it's going to be very hard to deal with. We see that he does lift up and pick off a couple of those drones, but not too many. Morrow is careful to pop them right back into gas yet again. Now we're seeing that Queen try to spread out, trying to prevent too much damage from being dealt. That Overlord cluster could be a little bit of a sign, but this is such a tense final game.
Yeah, this is going to be really cool to see if he'll be able to pull this off. Groove Spine's upgrade, Ventral Sax almost finished. He already got the Overlord speed as well. So he's going to have to bust out. We got 7 Hydras being produced right now, 4 out on the field. Look at the back of HasuObs' base right now. A lot of surface area for him to come in and attack. We got a robotics bay going down and a gateway. An observer's going to come out, and look at that probe line. It is natural. It's totally open. There are like no units out here at all. We are going to have a couple of pylons and proton cannons put down. Now he's moved some units down here because I think he has an idea what could happen right now.
Oh man, anyone who has a Liquid Bet up right now to get some of those imaginary Team Liquid points, man, their hearts must be pounding. It's all going to come down to right here. Fans of HasuObs, the Germans, versus the fans of Morrow, the Swedes. It's all coming up to this moment right now. We're seeing Morrow begin to advance forward with those Hydras. He's moving up along the right side. We see some Phoenixes fly over. They spot the Overlords. That's going to be huge. He needs to be really careful, but the question is, what can you do if you're HasuObs? He's trying to bring in as many of those Stalkers as he can, but the expansion is completely vulnerable. Morrow beginning to advance forward. He's trying to pick off those Overlords and Hydras, and there's a couple getting loaded up in, and it looks like he's target firing the wrong ones. And a couple of Hydras get loaded up onto the high ground, but look at HasuObs forcing him back, but Morrow is not done yet.
No, he is not. He's going to get a few more Hydras up here, and he just simply does not have the unit count that he needs. He did a good job trying to ward off that initial drop. More Lings coming in here. They will get dropped up top as well. There is a Colossus now out and 3 Phoenixes, but they are not going to do much here. Maybe lift up some key units. Just Sentry does go down. The Phoenixes will drop. We have some cannons doing some additional damage, but he is dropping those even closer. Actually, the Colossus doing a good job. The army of Morrow is kind of split all over here. He's not really focused fire or anything, and the Colossus being out. I'm not sure that this attack is being as effective as he wants it to be right now. The Zerg has moved back. They did take out the cannon. Will he be able to do enough damage here against this army?
And the pylon gets taken down. Four structures are not able to produce anything right now, but it looks like the attack is done for Morrow. The Phoenixes and the Stalkers doing massive damage to the Overlords. HasuObs' defensive abilities are shining, ripping apart that Overlord count. Morrow is in atrocious position. He picked off the key structure, but HasuObs had too many units cleaning it up. And now HasuObs with a definitive advantage.
Oh, definitive advantage. We do see another hatchery going down right here, but certainly he knows that he's in lead. Forge, go bye-bye, because the Protoss wants to push. We've got more Phoenixes coming out, and these Phoenixes could effectively do some more harassment. We are going to have some Hydralists respond to those. They're going to move to the back line. We have a Roach Warren going down and a Spire. Looks like these Phoenixes are going to lift. One of them may go down, but right now I am a little bit worried for Morrow. Oh, we're going to see HasuObs picking up an expansion right here. Smart way to try to get ahead. A couple of Zerglings get taken out. Another Colossus out on the field. And again, just going back to that battle, looking at the battle logs and just looking at the tape. I feel like Morrow really just split the focus of his army too much. And just didn't really work out for him, and now he is having to fight an uphill battle. Looks like Hasu. Oh, wow.
And the good game. He was 40 food behind. That's too much. He will be leaving the game. That is GG. HasuObs now has to train hard to be able to defeat Slayer's Boxer, but he is going to have to take at least a day to celebrate because that was an unbelievably narrow win over his teammate Morrow.
What? I'm not sure. I'm thinking back, Day. I really want, and congratulations to HasuObs. Some great matches across the board, but what was it that tipped HasuObs off to put his units there? Do you think it was, you mentioned the clump of overlords, which of course we see if they're getting ready for that. Obviously you probably saw the speed hit already, so he could have had an idea, but if you just had to take a wild stab in the dark, what do you think the elements or the criteria was that made him go, I need to move my units over here because there is a potential drop coming?
You know, HasuObs has a number of very, very subtle moves that he does that you never really see pan out. And except for, one of these 1 in 100 game situations where, he keeps his units consistently positioned in these kind of weird spots where he's not defending anything, but he's ready to move wherever he needs to defend. Your average bear is going to just shove everything at the front saying, yeah, I got to defend my front. Things get attacked through the front. But you see HasuObs kind of have it back behind the entrance between his main and his natural, saying, if someone attacks my front, I can walk there and, repel it after I've taken maybe 200 shields worth of damage, but that heals. I just want to make certain that I don't end up getting caught with my pants down when there is a drop in the back. And I mean, those Phoenixes spotted the Overlord seconds before they ended up arriving, so then he could warp in and reinforce, but just amazing positioning by HasuObs.
Yeah, it really was. He got the force fields off. Like, Morrow did his best to try to get up there, had a bunch of reinforcing links, but that's also a lot to take in there. You're macroing and you're rallying to that point. Then you've got to do the lift of your units up to the top. And, it was worth it to watch unfold and see how HasuObs handled it. And it was really remarkable. I am shocked, but very, very pleased that all games went the full best of 5. Almost a complete reversal from what happened the previous week. And you know what? This is only Saturday Day. We've got 2 more matches coming up, and you are on back-to-back casting duty, correct?
You know it, baby. I've had an absolutely delightful time doing le casting with you. And I will continue to have a delightful time with Monsieur Husky himself tomorrow as we cover the final 2 matches at the Team Liquid Star League. Those are going to be none other than, I believe, the Cruncher versus Mondragon match. I think is a little bit more of an interesting one because we don't get the chance to see Mondragon play that much. And Cruncher, of course, with his little tiny victory, I would say, over Idra. A little bit of a noteworthy recent event. And of course, I think a lot of people are excited for this one. Naniwa versus Goody. Goody managed to take down Nesty, renowned to be one of the best defensive players in Korea, perhaps the best Zerg player in Korea, against Naniwa, the man who goes undefeated at MLG and says, it's okay. It was all right.
It's all right.
Naniwa, who seems to be on an absolute tear. That match will be coming up tomorrow when I'll be casting with Husky.
Right on. So make sure to come on back to teamliquid.net. Don't forget to check out the raffle, teamliquid.net/raffle. Check out the Team Liquid Twitter and YouTube. That's Team Liquid Net. Thanks to Glider for doing all the great sketches of the amazing players. Theportraitart.com is where you can find more information about Glider. Want to also give a shout out to, of course, Gisato and GSL. They are resuming again this week. Code S, Code A with Huck, General, even Slayer's Boxer, who won today. And of course, they are restreaming the TSL. Don't forget, also, TSL website is up. We talked about tomorrow's game. And Day, as always, it has been a pleasure. We apologize for the downtime in between the games, but you know what? I think everyone's forgotten about that because we were served 10 healthy servings of ownage today in the TSL3.
Couldn't have asked for a better set of results. An insane every single game was unbelievably close. And I'm sure the matches will continue to be awesome. Team Liquid seems to have been blessed with perhaps the most epic set of matches I've seen in any tournament in my life. There's no goofy, like, oh yeah, it was an easy. Cheesed him 4 times. Just a bunch of bunker rushes. Every game seems to be like 1,000,000 miles long, and I can't wait to cast more.
Phenomenal, and there will be more tomorrow. Don't forget to check it out. I'm DJ Wheat.
And I am Day 9!
And we'll see you next time or tomorrow for more TSL3 action. Peace!